Hey, what is going on, guys? Jay here from Maji and Jay. Today we're going to be checking out my first UMIDIGI device for 2019, and it is called the F1. This came directly from Amazon with the Prime service, and if I'm not mistaken, the price is currently about $249. It is definitely considered a mid-range device, but the specifications are very, very good, and you will agree here in just a second. So first and foremost, here we have the box. It is quite common for UMIDIGI devices. On the back here, we have some of the specifications. It comes with the Helio P23 processor, also known as the MTK6771. For the GPU, even though it is not mentioned on here, it is the Mali G72, which is great. We have the Android operating system 9.0, also known as Android Pie. It comes with 4 GB of RAM and 128 GB of internal memory, and you can also upgrade it with a TF card up to 1 TB. It has a dual SIM, dual standby device, and it comes with a 5150 mAh battery, 6.3-inch display, and it has a very good screen to body ratio. I believe it's in the 90s approximately, and it has a resolution of 2340 by 1080, and I believe it has 401 ppi. It comes with 2 cameras on the back. One is a 60 megapixel shooter and an 8 megapixel shooter with a 60 megapixel selfie camera. And it does support all the LD band here for the USA, which is something that a lot of you guys out there here from the USA are looking forward to. Opening the box, we'll be finding a little thank you card with a nice message that I've seen before. Then here we have the phone, and of course I already took it out of the box. I've been testing it now for the past couple of days, and it comes already with a case installed. I got the red color version, and here you can see the case is really cool and it feels of very good quality. Here we have the device. I'll be talking about it in just a second here. Let's go ahead and check the accessories first. So it comes here with this foam cover, and the cool part is that this time you have the fast charger here for the USA. So as you guys can tell, it is a lot smaller. Very good. This is an 18-watt charger. Again, supports fast charging. And then we have here the USB Type-C cable, and that's all we get inside of the box. As you guys can tell, we don't get any headphones or anything of that nature. And yes, we do have the headphone jack here still on the UMIDIGI F1, which is something that, again, a lot of you guys are looking forward to. These things are vanishing from almost every smartphone out there, and that's sort of sad, because I know a lot of you guys use the wire earphones or headphones. So anyways, guys, there we have it for what comes inside of the box. So here, let's go ahead and get started with the UMIDIGI F1, and this is the boot animation. On the front here, again, we have that 6.3-inch display. Let me go ahead and unlock it so that way it boots up. We have the water drop notch on the top where it carries the 60 megapixel selfie camera. Unfortunately, guys, we don't have a notification LED on this device. On the left hand side here, we find the SIM tray. Again, dual SIM, dual standby device, or you can install the TF card, whichever you want to do, and then do 1 SIM card. On the top here, we have the secondary microphone for loudspeaker. On the bottom here, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack with the main microphone and the dedicated loudspeaker here towards the right side with the USB Type-C port right there. On the right side, we have the volume rockers up and down with the power key. And then on the back side of the phone here, we have the fingerprint scanner. And then here we have the dual lens. Like I said before, one is a 60 megapixel sensor with a 1.7 aperture, and the other one is an 8 megapixel sensor. Supposedly they work together to give you the best focus and the best colors. That's what they are claiming with this particular device. And then here we can see the rest of the information, guys. Let me go ahead and remove this cover. And by the way, a lot of people have doubts about what material has been used on the back side of the phone, and this is plastic, guys. This is not metal. It comes built in with NFC, and NFC does not work with metal, unfortunately. So that's why I know that this is made of plastic. Again, the phone has a 5150 mAh battery and supports fast charging, but it doesn't have wireless charging. That's why I said from the beginning of the video that this phone carries almost everything that we can think of on a smartphone in 2019 except that wireless charging, but I can deal with that as long as I do have NFC. So anyways, guys, here we have the display, and again, it's running Android Pie 9.0. You can see that the screen to body ratio has improved quite dramatically, and this is something that a lot of you guys are looking forward to because it makes it look just futuristic and high quality, and this is exactly what the UMIDIGI has done with this device. By the way, here guys, on the very top you have a very thin speaker. That's the ear speaker. You can barely see it, but it's there. It has a very tiny grill on the top side. And here, if you guys also notice on the lock screen, I have my AT&T SIM card connected to it, and I am getting 4G LTE connectivity. Let's go ahead and unlock it. And even though it says there 4G, when I go here into this application called Speed Test, it reads it as LTE. So that's very important. A lot of you guys get confused and tell me, no, Jay, that's not LTE connectivity. But yes, it is, guys. The application is reading it right here. If it was 4G, it'll say 4G, or it'll say H plus or 3G. Again, we are getting LTE as all the bands are being supported. And I believe I got a test on here, and that was my score. It was 37 for the download and 14 for the upload. And that's again using my LTE connectivity, which is not bad. Next here, guys, I went ahead and completed the Antutu benchmark, and this is the score that I got. I still use it as a reference. Many reviewers out there stop using this, but I like to use it just so that way you guys can get an idea about the score and how it compares to other flagship devices. And also I completed here the Geekbench score as well. So let's go down here. I always lose track of it, even though this is on alphabetical order. But anyways, here we have the benchmark. Let's go into history, and this is the score that I got for this particular device. As you guys can appreciate, it is not disappointing whatsoever. So again, very good little phone for a very little price, and I think this one will impress you, especially on the battery side. Again, it has a 5150 milliamp battery with a 1080p display. It'll last you most likely the entire day. So let's go here into settings, and let's go ahead and check out here some stuff that I really got attracted to. And one of them is, if you guys go here into display, you go into advanced settings, you scroll down, we have something called lift to wake. So this is very nice to have, because let's say your phone is asleep and I put it on a flat surface. When I lift it, it automatically turns on, and then it reads my face, and voila, it's being unlocked. Another thing I want to check here briefly is the fingerprint scanner. It does work very well, but you have to make sure that you point it exactly where the fingerprint scanner is. Sometimes if you move it a little bit towards the left or the right, it doesn't read it properly. So that's exactly what I'm struggling with. But if you get to the point, especially if you have the case, most likely you're not going to fail with it. But if you don't have a case, then it'll be a little bit hard to know exactly where it is. But yeah, I mean, I think I prefer the face recognition a little bit better. Just again to compare, let's turn it off. Let's lift it, boom, and you guys can see that it is super quick. Another cool part about the UMIDIGI company is the fact that they do stand behind their products, not only with warranty but also with software updates. And maybe that's the reason as to why they are selling on Amazon Prime. They know that, well, we can just simply return them a lot easier than if you get it from Chinese websites. That second, they do a lot of software updates. So far I have gotten 2 software updates, and one was for the camera, the other one was for some glitches on the software and battery improvement. And now everything seems to be running a lot better than before, especially on the camera side here, guys. Here we have the dual cameras in the back, and before I noticed a dramatic color shifting every time I try to focus on certain things. So let's say I first focus on this box, on the black box, and then I focus on the white box. Not only did the brightness change, or also what we call the white balance, but also the colors look dramatically different, and it wasn't focusing well. But after the update, things have gotten a lot better. This one records at 1080p still, so for 2019 that is a little bit outdated. Let's go here into settings, and let's go here into picture size. You can see right there we can go up to 16 megapixel with the 4:3 ratio. And if you guys want the 16:9 ratio, which is my favorite, then you're gonna sacrifice the pixels on it, but it still looks very good. Let's go here back into settings, and that's what we can do. Let's change it here into video mode. Let's go back into settings and video quality. You guys can see that we can only go again up to 1080p. So for 2019, even though this is a budget device, it is still a little bit outdated. Here we have the electronic image stabilization. So this works okay. I guess it just crops the image a little bit, but I can still see that well, it's not so stable. But again, guys, you need to consider that this is a mid-range device. So if you guys want better camera, then I would suggest go maybe with the OnePlus 6T or go with the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Go for a flagship device because mid-range devices will not give you the same quality as a flagship. Just keep that in mind. Overall, guys, I gotta say I am super happy with this phone for basic functionality. You can even use it for gaming, and if you guys are like me, you're always on the go, you need a battery that works for you, then this is a perfect phone to own. Also, here for the loudspeaker, it does I would say a decent job. It's not the worst that I've seen out there. So let's go ahead and check here one of my latest videos, which is about the bicycle that I built. This is the one with the GT90 motor. Let's go ahead and open it and let's hear it. Hey, what is going on, YouTubers? Jay here from Maji and Jay. Today returning with another motorized bike that I built about a week ago. And let me tell you guys, this is one of the most insane builds ever, and it is not just because of the looks. It has to do here with the motor. This is what they called a GT90 K3 motor, and it was built by Zeta Motors. So as you guys can tell, the quality of the screen is very good, and I can view the videos at 1080p, but most importantly, the loudspeaker here, even though it is a single speaker and not stereo speakers like we have seen on other devices recently, the quality is not so bad. I mean, I can still listen to it. It has a little bit of, I would say, bass kick to it, not too much. But yeah, if you guys place your hand or thumb or finger, whatever, here is going to muffle the sound like on many other devices, but there's not much that we can do about it. So overall, guys, I gotta say this phone definitely deserves a chance. If you guys don't like it and you are purchasing here from the USA, you can always return it. Again, you are using Amazon Prime, and I almost promise you that you won't be disappointed, especially with this very cool looking OnePlus 6T design that they have used, and this water drop notch where basically makes everything look a lot better than the regular notch. In my opinion, I think that you guys will certainly not be disappointed. With this being said, guys, let me know in the comment section below if you do have specific questions about this device, or if you want me to say something else on a separate video, I will do it for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please continue subscribing, like this video, share this video, and I'll see you guys on my next one.